Blake, it's been a long time since we spoke last, and there's been a lot that's happening in the world of golf, and we got a big season ahead. So let's talk about it.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Nice little break. Um, Much needed break. I wish it was longer, but I'm starting to get little golf ready, for the season.
Yeah, I'm not completely into it yet. Got a lot of shit going on, but I mean, so much has happened, and things seem like they're changing, and there's more changes potentially on the horizon. So we didn't really talk since the Rom thing happened. So I guess that's a good place to start.
Yeah, we kind of knew that was happening a couple weeks before it actually happened. You were kind of tied in there with flushing it. When you initially heard about it, were you shocked?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing too that people try to downplay the fact that like I think the best player in the world just joined Live.
Yeah.
It's big. It's a big thing, and like I said, it's going to have a lot of ramifications, and not just in terms of him playing on Live and making Live elevate because of that, but also I just think it's going to change the perception. It's going to make other people more likely to go. It's going to change qualification things. It's going to change Ryder Cup. There's just a lot of trickle down things that people aren't really thinking about yet.
You think it definitely will change all that stuff?
Yeah, I think. I mean, whether this specifically or this, and then whatever falls out from this, like people are definitely more likely to join now.
Yeah, I think so too. But it's pretty crazy thinking about this. The three best golfers in the world, they're not really like needle movers. Rahm, Scheffler, and Vic.
The three, I'll put Rory up there.
No, but I think the current three best golfers are Rahm, Scheffler, and Vic.
I can't put Vic over Rory yet, as much as I
No?
love him. I
Okay.
don't know.
Well, I don't know. Three of the top four. I'd say the biggest needle movers are still on the PGA. Tiger. It's Tiger. And then it's a
Spieth.
major gap. And it's Rory and Spieth.
Yeah,
And
it
then
is.
probably Ricky Fowler.
Yeah, probably. But I don't know if Ricky went to Live. Would anybody say like, "Oh, that moves the needle"? Everyone would say he's washed up and he sucks.
Right. But if Spieth or Rory went.
Yeah, but they never would.
But yeah, I agree. I mean, Rory already obviously made his comments about the Ryder Cup. I mean, obviously he wants Rahm, so now his tune has changed. Typical Rory.
Yeah,
And yeah, they got to do something with the OWGR. It's kind of a joke now. Like we're literally at the point where half the best players play on each tour.
yep, we are. It sucks. It's gonna make some of these events not as appealing, and I don't know. I don't know if it's because of this, but I'm having a hard time getting revved up for the season because I just think the fields are so lackluster.
Oh, they're terrible. The signature events are going to be your 10th best players, Harmon.
With a 60-man, 70-man field, it's gonna suck.
We're just going to have two tours with 60-man fields, and half the players in the fields are going to suck.
Yeah,
So we're back to WGCs, except a lot worse.
yeah. WGCs with shitty fields.
Yep.
It's not good. I mean, it's not good. Hopefully, I guess, and that brings us to this potential resolution. I don't know. The deadline is up next week.
It's up what, Monday?
Yeah.
So does the merger happen?
I do think it eventually happens, but I think it probably gets extended this time.
Extended, yeah.
But I do think something's going to happen. I do. I think I've kind of viewed it as a glass half full situation with Live in the PGA. I just think something has to give. The Rom thing, to me, was more of a power play from Live than it was, them just trying to get as many players as they can. I think they're saying we can still get your players if we pay them enough money. Let's make a deal now and give us a seat at the table, or we're going to keep taking more players. I think it was just like a shot across the
Yeah.
bow.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Definitely negotiating ploy. And do you think it pissed them off that they started negotiating with the private equity stuff?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It did.
Man, Jay, you're such a fuck up. He's such a fuck up.
Like, why are we getting John Henry involved? Come on, let's just. I mean, I get it why they want some. They don't want to have the PIF to have too big of a piece, but I think there's a way where everyone wins. All right, so let's just float it out there. This is what I think will happen, and this is what I want to happen. But I've always wanted to happen. Okay, they merge. They have a new schedule. And that schedule, it's going to be. I don't want the events to be limited events, but I'm sure they will be. Maybe 70, no cut, and you get a schedule with 8 or 10 of those. The elevated events, they shift now with the influx of money. You don't have to worry too much about the sponsors as much, so those shift to maybe more national opens. Maybe do a Spanish Open, an Irish Open, and have all 3 tours under one umbrella. And there's different qualification processes for that from all 3 tours, DP World Tour included, begrudgingly. And then and you get a schedule like that, and then you have, so say 10 live spots, they're qualified for that. If one guy doesn't want to play in it because their schedule's too full, it goes to the next guy in line. So the ROM schedule might be he has to play how many live events? 14?
14. Well, 13 plus a team.
So say 13 live events, 5 PGA Tour events, all those national opens, all the big events, plus 4 majors. And then you get the other guys.
22
and you get
events.
the other guys who play more. You get the guys like Reed who want to do all of them. They want to play 26, 28 events. Neiman probably play 26 events. So I think that's kind of where it will go, and that's where I want it to go.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I just don't know if common sense prevails with these people.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it does. And but with that being said, if you did that, you would have to have something back to the PGA Tour players. So what do they get? And you can make it, whatever. There's a spot for another team. PGA Tour players can play in those events, and they want the guaranteed money from the live events.
Did you see that article? The PGA Tour or the PIF was going to invest $1 billion into just into the funds for just the players that didn't go to live.
Yeah, I did see that.
On top of an additional $2 billion into all the events and shit.
Yep.
What the fuck was wrong with that deal?
I don't know what it is. I think the player. I think Jay might have thought that it would have went a little better. Him saying that he was negotiating with them behind everybody's back, and I think when that came out, people were more pissed than even we know about. I think they're probably just like, fuck this, we're getting rid of him. No one's doing this.
But now that the players have control, I feel like they're fucking it up too.
I've always said that we don't want the players in control.
Yeah.
What they want is not what we want. Especially Tiger.
I know.
And I love Tiger, but his goals are much different than ours. His priorities are much different than ours.
Yep.
If the players are in charge, they're going to do what it takes to get the best players the most money. Same thing the live guys did. They want the best players to have the most money. That's what everybody wants. And people act like it's legacy and they want to play for trophies and all this other shit. Yeah, that's fine, but money is still going to come first. Rory's goal is to get these guys as much money as possible. So that's still always going to be the case.
And then you got the middling golfers who think they have a fucking say in anything.
I know.
Think about the NBA. Imagine if the NBA gave the 14th man on the bench a fucking say. What
I know.
they can make. It's like, dude.
I mean, they at least have the
if you're not here, we'll survive. Like, what the fuck?
Right. I mean, but the difference is they have a players union, so they can, in the language, their basic needs are taken care of, whereas that's not the case on the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
But I did see didn't you see that letter all the middling players wrote?
Yeah.
I think the reason Jay hasn't done that now is I just think there's a lot of pushback from everybody.
Yeah.
And they're not letting them make the decision.
Yeah.
Is he going to last? What are they going to do with him? Why does he still have a job? I'm shocked that he does.
I have no idea. I don't know how he made it this far. What does he have on somebody? He's got to have something on somebody.
Yeah. Either that or they're waiting
for the deal to be done, and then
or waiting for all the negative stuff to be done with, so the first guy doesn't get backlash immediately right off the gate. Let Jay get all the negatives. I don't know.
Yeah. So what happens with Rahm? Who's joining him? He's definitely have his own team.
Yeah, I think that's been decided. He has his own team, and we
You know what's
saw.
funny about the Rom thing is, I'm sure you've gotten to some of this, but like the the people that aren't knee deep into golf, just like casual fans, they're like, "What's up with this Rom thing? I thought the PGA and Live already merged. I thought they were already one."
Everybody thinks that.
It's like, no, not
Not
even
even
like that
close.
at all. It's not even a deal with Live. It's a deal with Piff.
Yeah, everyone thinks that. And the biggest thing that I've always said too, and I guess it's someone on that topic, is Liv was never going away.
Never.
People said, "Oh,
Everybody, all the PGA cronies, all thought it was going away just because Jay
immediately."
said it. As soon as
Yeah,
Jay said it, it was like, "What the fuck? You just gonna believe Jay Monahan? You fucking idiots!"
Liv was never going anywhere, and um, it's just kind of like it would be like a different style of golf, which is fine. It can coexist. I always thought it could coexist and wanted to coexist. But his team, I guess, we had who Arnaus was the first guy, but
Has that been confirmed though?
no, from what I heard, it's not even true.
Oh, okay.
Uh, that basically there might be something in place, but my guess is they have a deal in place, and if John doesn't get the guys he's trying to go after, then they'll sign him on.
Okay.
Because the Spanish people are saying it's not true.
So is Rom still going after Finau Hatton?
Yeah, I heard as of last week he was still talking to Finau.
Okay.
So people think quick to say, "Oh, you're wrong, Finau." What I'm telling you for 100% fact, there was a deal in place, and the morning of when Finau sent that Instagram post that night, that morning there was a deal in place.
What
And
happened?
so there's a couple things that may have happened. One, I heard that he pivoted from 85 million to 100 million at the last second, and they said, "Fuck off."
I'd tell him to fuck off too for that much.
Yeah, and I think he wanted more at the last second. That's one of the things I heard. The other one was that this lawsuit that's going on. So the thing people need to understand with Finau, and I don't want to say too much because I shouldn't, but this is what people need to get.
Isn't it all
Finau's
out there though? Anyway.
some of it,
Yeah.
yeah. The lawsuit's public, so you can see that. But
Yep.
the thing people need to get about Finau is his dad is like an Earl Woods, and he is very controlling of what Tony does, his finances, everything. So he has a big say in what goes on, and what he says and what Tony's agent says sometimes aren't the same thing, and they're different sides are pulling Tony in different directions. So if someone asks for more money, and Tony's dad, and I've talked to people around Finau for months, for hours. I've talked to these people, hours and hours and hours, that tell me there's one thing in the world Finau's dad cares about, and that's getting as much money as possible. It's not about legacy. It's not about family. It's about getting that money. So if there was a deal with Liv, I'm sure Gary Finau had a lot to do with those negotiations, and maybe Tony's team said, "Let's pump the brakes," and thought about it more tactically and said, "If we wait, we can get more." I also talked to Tony, to Finau's ex caddy, who was very close to them at one point, who said he said he would bet his life on this, that his team discussed it and said, if we wait one more year, the PGA Tour is depleted right now. If we play next year and win 2 or 3 elevated events on a weak PGA Tour, that number goes up. They just spent a bunch on Rahm. We become the big signing of 2025. Also, could get more major exemptions. Can Climate
Isn't that a
Goldberg?
risk? Isn't that a risk though? I feel like so much of this changes like monthly.
It could, but also the World Golf Rankings. I think he's worried about the major exemptions.
Yeah, he's got to be.
So I think it's a calculated risk where they say on a weekend PGA Tour, can you go and get yourself to 7th in the world?
I mean, he probably could with like 2 wins early this season and then jump before February.
It could happen, and that could definitely happen. I think they're just saying why rush and take this deal because they think they can get better. Maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong. I think Dad wanted to take it, and I think they calculated and decided. So now, a third wrench into this thing is the lawsuits. Now, this thing is potentially could go to trial in January.
Jay, hold on. Finau's wearing 20th in the world at the moment. Just wanted to put that out there.
Yep. So Finau, currently in that lawsuit, there are people after him, and they think they're entitled to 20% of what he's made so far. So
yeah, and you sent me the details on all that. I'm sure you don't want to share that yet, but seems legit to me.
It does, and I've seen the court documents. I've seen texts to and from Finau, and I think there's a 50-50 chance it goes to trial, 50-50 chance it gets thrown out. And I was told that by a lawyer.
Thrown out or settled?
Thrown out. Finau's team. So I spoke to a lawyer involved. Finau's team is happy with the facts they have. They think it gets thrown out. There's no contract. They think it gets thrown out. Or they think there's enough chance to roll the dice that it gets completely thrown out.
Gotcha.
And then if it goes to trial, then maybe they can still go to trial and then settle on a number smaller than what the person's asking for. But 20% of everything he's made almost $200 million, including everything he's made on the course plus endorsements.
Yeah.
So if he gets $85 million or whatever he gets up front for a signing bonus, and then they go to trial, that 20% is gone.
Yeah.
So maybe he's waiting until after that's settled, or they do think it's going to get thrown out. So maybe he's waiting until that gets thrown out. I don't know.
So what do you think happens with Tone with the Rahm shit? Do you think he's going to be on Rahm's team come February or no?
I don't know about come February. I think depending on the landscape by this date, December 31st, 2024, I think he's on live.
Okay. And what about Hatton?
Hatton, I think, wants more money. I've talked to someone who is close with Hatton's agents, and they're saying they're not going. But then someone else told me they're asking for more money. They just want more money. They want more money. They want more money. And he's willing to go if the number's right. But so far the number isn't right.
What's his He's ranked 12th in the world. What is his number?
His number is, I think, this is just guessing now, speculating. No one told me this. I think he's probably worth $50 million.
Well, he ain't worth that, but that's the number.
No, I'm saying compared to that in the market that we've seen.
Yeah, I mean,
if Finau's worth 85, I think he's worth 50.
Right. And tell Finau to fuck himself for $85 million.
I would too. I think maybe if I had to guess, I bet they're offering him 30 and he wants 50.
Yeah, makes sense. Finau's definitely worth more than Hatton.
I think Finau's worth 50.
Yeah.
So he should have. I mean,
all right. So if those two guys don't fall through, I think at least one of them does, though. I think Rahm will just force their hand and be like, "I need one guy at least." All these other players have at least one guy on their teams.
So if it's not them, then who else could it be?
I don't know. Oh yeah, Vic was close too, right?
Vic, I heard that, but I didn't even say anything about it because I just don't believe it.
I don't know. It's got to be a Spanish guy. Who? I have no idea.
Otegi, I thought it would be.
Oh yeah, why hasn't he gone?
I'm sure he's probably an insurance policy. I'm sure he'll go if they ask him. Those guys don't need signing bonuses.
Why hasn't Hideki left? Not saying with Rahm, but like just in general.
Maybe they gave that money to Rahm, or maybe they don't think he's worth anymore. I mean, he was coming off the Masters Day when they offered him all that money, at least relatively shortly. He had a bad season last year.
Rahm should just join the Fireballs.
You should.
Kick Answer off the team. He's not Spanish. He's Mexican.
I think they gave him the option.
Yeah.
But the equity issue.
I don't know. You got any predictions on who?
I don't think it's anyone in the near future. I mean, unless they offer. I could see Rahm saying, all right, just give Hatton what he wants and let's just move on. It's not going to be the 100 that Finau's looking for. They've played in Ryder Cups together.
Yeah. Both fiery. Yeah. I don't know.
So it'd be Hatton, Otagi.
Finau and Arnaus.
Yeah.
3 Spanish guys in Hatton.
Mm.
Or maybe it's not, or maybe it isn't. I mean, Pablo, would he go?
I don't know.
I think a lot of those guys would go for no signing bonus, right?
Yeah. Yep.
If you come dead last in every live event, you make $2.5 million for the year.
It's pretty sweet.
So
Probably
I think
Siwon Kim and Chase Koepka did, right?
Exactly. So I think a lot of those guys would go. All right. So that's it for live. Actually, I mean, I'm curious. Are you looking forward to that this season more now with Rahm and all this other stuff?
I mean, I always watch the live events. I thought my favorite golfers are all on live. Like they've all are just on live, and I enjoy watching Brooks and DJ and even Neiman now. Bryson is probably Bryson's the top of the list. Cam now, and last year I wasn't the biggest Rahm fan before last year, and I turned into a big Rahm guy last year with the Masters win. We called that one months in advance.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of, with the whole live thing, I've kind of liked the way he's handled himself, like just way better than Rory has. And so I have a ton of respect for Rahm. So the only guys left on the PGA that I'm really huge fans of are Vic. I don't know who else is left.
Scott.
I mean, I'm a fan of Rory the golfer. Scott, I mean, Scott's a fucking asshole. I love him, but he's a fucking guy's cost me so much money. Hideki, I guess. I like JT a little bit, but like not to the point. It's just Vic. Vic's the only guy left.
Yeah.
All my other golfers, DJ, Brooks, Bryson, those are my favorite golfers. So yeah, I'm intrigued by. Definitely makes it more competitive. You get to see these guys go up against Rahm, who's arguably the best player in the world. I think Bryson's in that category. I don't know if Brooks is in that category during the live season, but in majors, he's in that category.
Maybe we get some better live numbers now with Rahm in the mix.
Yeah. Plus, if it is an additional team, it adds 4 more players to the field.
Yeah, I'm looking more forward to it than I have been in the past. I'll watch the live events.
So, PGA. Any other PGA predictions before we get into each major? What did your take of? I don't know if you watched the Hero or the PNC, but what was your take of Tiger to date?
I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
I needed a break.
I'm the biggest Tiger guy out there. It's just over.
I think it's over too. And I did before that, obviously, but I just think he's done.
Yeah, I mean, always have the 2019 Masters.
Is there any chance he becomes commissioner?
I don't know if he wants that, but like that would, I think there is a slight chance.
He is the de facto commissioner.
He is, yeah.
But the question is, will he ever become the official?
Yeah.
I still find it so funny. They would just have meetings and just say, not like, Jay, you're not invited. Like Tiger just runs the meeting.
Yeah, I could see it, but I don't know if he wants that.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on. I'll do so I have a prediction article coming out. So let's start with me giving those predictions out, and then you can react to them.
Okay.
My first one, and this will kind of get into the majors we're going to talk about, because a lot of predictions are about majors. But the first one is Bryson wins a major.
Oh yeah, he's going to win a major. I'm going to tell you when we go through each major which one he's going to win. But I bet him at 2 of the majors.
Yeah.
3 of the majors. Nope, I bet him at all 3. I forgot I did bet him at the Masters at a hefty number. I don't love him there, obviously, but yeah, I agree.
And actually, before, I'm going to quickly, just so there's accountability, I want to recap my 5 from last year really quick.
Okay.
My first one was that Vic was going to be the number 1 player in the world. That didn't happen, but I think the sentiment of what I was trying to say kind of did.
Yeah.
And
did they come out with the PGA Tour Player of the Year yet?
No.
Who's it
Not
going to
yet.
be?
It should be Ryan, but probably it should be.
I mean, the other two guys didn't win majors.
Right, but I mean, I think I'm just gonna give it to Scotty because of. All right, so 2 European team will win the Ryder Cup. When I wrote that, it was plus 200.
Yep.
That's a good prediction. 3 DJ will win a major. That was my worst one.
Yeah. Bad season out of him.
Yeah. So that was bad. Wrong. 4 the Masters will see a drastic uptick in TV ratings. And it was the most watched edition of the Masters in 5 years. So that came true.
More than the Tiger one?
Yeah.
Really?
Or 2021, 22, 23, 19, 20, 20. Yeah, I think. I don't know. That's what I found out. And then yeah, I'm looking at CBS Sports PR says CBS Sports Masters Marathon delivers 16.2 combined total viewers on CBS for coverage of Sunday's third and final round, which is the most in 5 years. Maybe it's because Saturday and Sunday, I guess.
Okay.
And then my last one.
Tigers was also they moved the tee times up early because of rain that day.
And the last one was Rory will remain stuck at 4 major championships. And he did.
Yeah.
So pretty good. I'd say 3.5 out of 5. So first one is Bryson's going to win a major. I really think he's going to. He's playing really well. Did you ever notice this? People, when they talk about Liv, they're like half the best players aren't. Even when they say that they like will give the props to Liv, saying, well, they do have these players. They still don't even mention Bryson.
I know. He's the best one.
They got Cam, Rahm, and Brooks.
Bryson's the best player on Liv.
He is.
Or, I mean, besides Rahm, Bryson's the best player.
Yeah, I mean he's so good. So I said he'll win a major, and then we got next one. JT will win 3 times. I think JT is a big season. I don't know about majors, but I think on the PGA Tour he's going to win some events.
He needs to. The PGA also needs him to, big time. And I agree. I don't know if it's 3, but I actually, JT, when we get into these majors, he's very interesting because there's some numbers hanging with JT that are bettable. That shit you sent me too, though, was disgusting. How much money I spent on JT.
Oh yeah, that was the cut sweats. Shows you who you played the most. Even though that fucking guy who runs that account like always comes after me and always likes tweets against me. I just found out.
Really?
Yeah.
He just sent me yours and mine.
I mean, no, yours? You can go to the site and do it.
Oh, okay.
His name is Nelson Smallcock, I believe.
Yeah, JT's gonna win at least twice on the PGA, and I can see him contending in majors. Whether or not he wins, it's another story.
I agree. Next one was the President's Cup will allow live golfers. I think maybe not qualifying, but maybe as captain's picks.
Okay, I don't know if this is going to happen, but I want this to happen because the President's Cup would be really compelling if they did, and competitive if they did. Think about the last time the President's Cup was on international soil was in Australia.
Melbourne.
US had to make a massive comeback on that Sunday to win it. That was when Tiger was the captain. He whooped Abe Ance's ass. And that included live players. Cam was there, Abe Ancer was there, Louis. Sure, I'm missing Neiman. I don't know if Mita was there yet, but I mean,
no, not yet.
If they allow it, we're gonna get a good President's Cup,
which would be great.
Yeah.
Only thing
if they don't allow it, we're probably gonna see a bunch of fucking Canadians.
Oh yeah, that would be awful. I mean, the only thing that sucks about it is it's in Canada.
Yeah, but that's good for us as a U.S. Like when it was in Australia, like it's like a 12-hour time difference.
Yeah, that's true.
So same thing would happen if it was in like South Korea.
Yeah, I would just rather see like a sandbelt course or something.
Yeah, that's better, obviously, but
so yeah, I do think hopefully they do, and then I mean there would be good ratings. It would almost end up like a PGA Tour versus Live kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Do they pick Brooks for that?
So that's something the President's Cup's got to decide because technically Brooks can't qualify for that.
Right. but he can be a captain's pick.
I don't think so. I think you have to be a PGA member as of
Okay.
now.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Or you're saying, would they pick a guy like Brooks?
No, I mean, how many captain's pick do they get, or is there any?
No, this captain's picks. I think
Yeah.
6.
So. Okay. So.
I mean, they should. They should pick Bryson.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
No? What if he wins a major or 2?
Yeah, then they should.
I mean, I take Bryson over Brooks.
I would, but. All right. So this is what Louis said last year after the President's Cup. There's no rule that says I need to be a PGA Tour member to play the President's Cup, especially as an international team player.
As the international, but the U.S., do you have to?
Yeah, I didn't think I did anything wrong. I made my decision where I'm playing golf, but I didn't do anything wrong while I was a PGA Tour member. So they just banned him on their own. I mean,
Correct. Remember Trevor Immelman talked about it.
yeah.
He was like, I'm not gonna take any live guys out of respect for PGA Tour.
Right. All right. Here's my fourth one. I think Michael Thorbjornsen will turn into like this kind of star that Ludwig Aberg is right now.
Wow. Isn't he injured?
Yeah, he's back. He's playing now.
He's a what? Junior or senior?
He's a senior. He's number one on the PGA Tour U.
He is right now.
Yep. So if he
Are
just
they
plays all
playing
right,
golf right now?
I don't think so. I think that it starts up. I don't know when the NCAA championships are. See the date of that, because right after that is when he would be able to get his card. And then he could play like so. I think it would be a similar time frame to we saw Ludwig like starts playing
June.
So late May, early June,
Mm-hmm.
and then he would get his card. He'd be number one. So
He's played in a ton of majors. Ludwig still hasn't played in a major yet.
I know, and he's
He's like-
young, man.
Like
He's much
25 to
younger.
1 in a lot of these majors.
Yeah, he's played in majors. I think he was the youngest player to qualify for to make the cut of U.S. Open.
Yeah.
17. And
I
he
like that. That's a bold prediction. I can see it. I mean, Ludwig's real good.
he's actually
He's not as good as Ludwig though, is he?
I think he is. He's just not as developed yet. Ludwig's pretty old.
How old is he?
24, 25.
Really?
Yeah.
Why was he in would he go to school late or something?
24.
24.
So he just turned 24 in October. But yeah, international guy. I don't know who. Maybe that's why. But
Yeah.
But Thorbjornsen's 21.
Okay.
So he's contented and stuff. So I think he's gonna burst onto the scene. I think it's I just think he has a star qualities. He has the look, the swing, the type of game, and now the PGA Tour is so depleted that they're gonna be pushing him.
Yep, makes sense.
And then my last one I did was I think Tommy Fleetwood's gonna win on U.S. soil.
Okay. Yeah. Valspar.
He should, right?
He should at least win in Florida once or twice.
Yeah, I mean this PGA Tour is depleted. He had a great season last year. Just some disappointments, but that was definitely his best full-time PGA Tour season.
Yep, for sure. Which major do you like him best at?
It got to be the Open, right?
Oh yeah. U.S. major.
Well, he's always played well on U.S. Opens.
Yeah, I think the course sets up for him pretty good.
Yeah, he plays
Bermuda
well.
grass, that's his best surface, right?
He plays well at Augusta too.
Yeah. Is he long enough for Augusta?
Probably not, but I mean, U.S. Open. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
I think a big year. I think he has a big year. I mean, some of these guys need to get elevated.
Yeah.
Because of all the lack of, whatever. So, all right, let's go with the majors. Start with the Masters.
Okay, so I mean, we don't have to really talk about the course that much. Everybody knows Augusta. I guess the big thing when looking at Augusta, you're looking for driving distance, long irons around the green. Obviously, greens and reg is a big stat too with Augusta coming into the event. Also, this is what led us to Rahm is just looking for who has the best form going into the Masters. It's typically winning the Masters or is right there. You look at Rahm, he won twice going into Augusta. Scheffler won, 2 or 3 times when he won it. DJ, when he won it, he was winning everything. Who else recently? Not Tiger. Who's our other Masters winner?
Hideki?
Hideki was kind of the only one, right?
Yeah.
Did he win the Sony that year or no?
I think he won it after.
Okay. Yeah, Hideki was the outlier. But, I mean, again, he's aging, so.
You can go back 20 years, and I'm sure what you say is true in most of them.
So, I mean, I've made a few bets, longer odds, but I'm after the ones I've made, I'm looking to just find the guy that's in the best form, like we did last year with Rahm. So, like, for example, if Rory or Vic come out storming, win a couple events early, I'm looking for the number on one of them.
Right. So going by that theory, who else do you think is looking at the schedule? Who's someone who could emerge there? How about Finau?
He's gonna win the Masters.
He's played well there in the past. He's good in these early swings.
I do see Finau and a guy like Justin Thomas both coming out hot.
I do too.
Don't you? Who's in the Century next week?
It's the 40 top guys from the FedEx.
All the winners in top 40?
I don't think it's even winners anymore. It's not even called Tournament of Champions anymore.
It's just called the Century.
It's called the Century, and it top 40. New qualification rules allow for anyone in the top 50 in the final FedEx Cup points last season to take part.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if Finau gets hot, then yeah, I could see it, I guess.
I mean, I don't know about win it.
Right.
But who knows? I mean, things happen quick.
He's good out west. I know that. So he'll have a lot of chances to win coming up if he stays with the PGA.
And then
who have you bet so far? Actually, let's get through that before we get to the odds.
I got Hovland 25-1, and
Okay.
Cam Smith 28-1, and Bryson 100-1.
Oh, you did get the Bryson 100?
Yep.
That's a good number.
DraftKings. Yeah, I don't know if you can win, but
yeah, I mean,
here we go. Par 68 jokes.
100-1's a great number. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the best. He's a top 10 player.
It's like the smallest field in Masters history. There's 75 players.
And he's one of the best 5-7 players in it.
Right. I bet JT at 35.
I like it.
I think he can contend. But I mean, my official prediction on the Masters winner is Cam Smith. I think we both think that. So looking for him to come out hot on the Live Tour. Hopefully play more than he did going into the event last year.
Let's look at that schedule. How many times are they going to play leading up to the Masters?
I think it was 5. I'll pull that up right now. The fuck? Just give me a fucking. All right, so they're playing Mayakoba first week of February. Then the following week they're playing in Vegas. That's twice. Then they're playing in Saudi in March. Back-to-back weeks, and they're going to Hong Kong. And they're coming to play in Florida. 5 times from February to the week before the Masters.
Yes, that's good. How many weeks?
Playing in Florida again, like they did when Brooks won that event, and then came in second at the Masters.
And how many weeks in? What are they playing? 2 out of 3 leading into it?
Playing 2 weeks in a row to start, Mayakoba, Vegas, and then 2 weeks. Then 2 weeks in March. Then like a 3-week break, 1 week in Florida. And then the following week's the Masters.
You like that?
Yeah. Better than last year.
Yeah, it is. And I think Cam is probably something to prove. I mean, I think he is a little pissed off with how his things kind of went for him at the Australian PGA and people saying he doesn't give a fuck and all that other stuff. I think he's going to have a good year.
Yeah. So I bet JT, Cam, Bryson at 100. I bet a DJ 40. Kind of bet DJ at every major, but I'm just gonna pretend I didn't.
Yeah.
You know, just because DJ 40 seems like value. I don't know if he's past his prime yet or not. He probably is, but I see DJ 40 and I get a hard on, so I just take it with a grain of salt. But possible ads, I was looking at some odds. I do think this is the Brooks spot.
Yeah, I do too.
Just because of last year.
If he wins a major, this is going to be the one.
This or the U.S. Open, in my opinion. Yeah, I was looking at him 20-1. I think that's a decent number. See how he does coming out on Live. You said you bet Vic. I missed the 25. I have a 17 looking 17-1. I can bet. What do you think of that number?
It's not bad. I mean, what's his progressive form in the Masters? He's gotten better and better, hasn't he? But last year, a little disappointing.
Yeah, I don't know what he did last year. I like him at the U.S. Open and PGA a lot better than the Masters, but
I do too.
And then, and I like him at the Open as well. And then I was looking at it today. Spieth 25. That seems like a number.
Yeah, it's not bad,
right? Isn't he usually below 20?
So Vic was T7 that last year's Masters.
Okay.
It's pretty good. Yeah, he is usually. He's usually like 20.
Yeah. So.
But he hasn't been good at it, has he?
Last year he was good.
He was?
No, maybe not. No.
I think he was horrible.
Sorry. Not last year. The year he almost won the Open when Morikawa won. Thought he was good.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Last year.
What did he do last year?
Oh, he was 2-4.
He was.
He was good.
I thought so. He's
2022 he was cut. So he was third in 21, cut T4 in 2023.
Okay.
I don't remember.
So. I think he stormed.
Oh, I kind of remember a bad shot on that par 3, the 12th.
It's like every year with him.
Yeah, I carried it too long. I think, was he playing with Phil? Maybe.
Yes, he was. He was playing with Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so looking at the odds, you got Scheffler and Rahm co-favorites. What do you think of their chances?
I don't really like back-to-back Masters winners.
Okay, both 8-1. Last back-to-back Masters winner was Tiger, I think. 05, 06.
Scheffler, I mean, maybe you could do it.
Yeah. Then you got Rory at 9, Vic at 10. And then it's a big jump to Brooks.
Vic at 10, Jesus. Yeah, I don't think any of those guys win it.
So, yeah, on DraftKings, Spieth is 18. I know we got a 25 somewhere. So, what about Rory?
I don't think he ever wins the Masters, so no.
Never?
Never.
Okay.
He could. He'd probably be there, I'm sure.
Yeah. Other odds, we got Cantlay 20, Morikawa 22.
I think Cantlay is a good major season. I say it every year. But Masters, I don't think so.
Why is Morikawa 22?
People will be so pissed if Cantlay wins the Masters.
Ludwig is 22.
That's a good number. I have an 80.
Did you bet an 80?
Yeah.
Nice. Any other Masters guys? Bryson's 35 here. Finau's 35. That's shit.
Yeah, 50. I would be interested.
Wow, these numbers are pretty bad on.
What's Sergio?
Sergio 130.
I wouldn't mind 200.
I think he's won his last Masters.
But you see olds get their second Masters sometimes.
Yeah, like who?
Jose Maria.
Yeah, it's true.
Who else? I don't know. Maybe just him. I mean, not second.
Phil's 100. Tiger's 100. Phil second place last year.
No.
Just remember, I called that Phil one too last year.
That was great.
So, official winner, Cam Smith.
Yeah, but I mean, Vic's gonna win one of these, and if it's the Masters, I will not be surprised. But I'll go official Cam Smith.
Okay.
But I like Justin Thomas too. I think maybe that 35. I might be pulling on that one sooner than later.
Still there on DraftKings.
Still 35.
Yeah. And it's weird because like Ludwig, Xander, Morikawa, Homa are all 22. These numbers don't make any sense. Even like DJ's 25.
He's 35.
I bet at 40.
Got cut last year.
Yeah, but last year it was just. If you think Justin Thomas is who he is, all these majors are gonna suck our money in.
Coming into it, T12, 4th, 21st, 8th before he was cut last year.
Yeah, but he had the wrong side of the draw. Remember, he was playing that Saturday morning with Rahm and.
Oh, he missed the cut. It seemed like he almost let Tiger make it on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked JT. I think he's gonna have a big year. So 35 to me, I think is good.
Yeah. Those are the guys I'm going to bet, and then I'm going to get on a big dog at some point. I'm not sure which one, but whoever's the hottest.
Mm-hmm.
So, next one is Valhalla PGA Championship in Kentucky. I don't think you're going to be a fan of this event.
Easy?
Yeah, it's going to be an easier major, I believe. The last 3 winners were -18, -16, -11. Rory won at -16, and then the major before that was Tiger back in 2000 and won at -18. They did update it a little bit, some lengthening of it, and they did change the fairways from bent grass to Zoysia. That does help some players, especially a guy like Brooks. And this is also a Nicklaus design, so think of all those Nicklaus players. But I do think it's going to be a birdie fest. We're looking at a double-digit winner, which hasn't been the norm for PGAs lately.
Yeah, but it's all in the setup, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true, but I don't know. I feel like this is going to be like Oak Hill, but easier.
Yeah. And I got 2 guys who are good at Oak Hill, and I think my 2 picks to win this thing.
Yeah, my pick, is it Bryson?
Victor and Bryson. Yeah.
Okay. I bet both of them. I got Vic at 22, Bryson at 55 and 50. I bet it twice. I checked this morning.
I got Vic at, I want to say I got Bryson at 60 something. Vic I got on DraftKings, I think at 25. Is that what it was?
I think you did get a 25. I bet a 22.
Yeah. I think I got even better than 20, and I bet it multiple times too.
Yeah.
So I think I have a lot of money on Vic 25, which is fucking fantastic because he might be the favorite.
Dude, this is like prime Victor Hovland course. Like Nicklaus. What more do we have to say on Nicklaus? He fucks at Nicklaus. Memorial. Concession. Remember that? He should have won.
Yep.
When Morikawa won and Brooks was involved there, and he made that fucking quadruple that on Friday, and he still almost won.
Jesus.
What are the Zoysia fairways?
St. Jude.
Mayakoba.
Yeah, Mayakoba.
Yeah, it's just East Lake is also Zoysia fairway. It's just a prime time Vic, like everything. It's going to be a lot of like mid to long irons. So I mean, it's perfect for him.
Yeah, definitely.
He's my prediction to win. I wouldn't be shocked if Bryson won though.
Those are
Yeah.
my two guys here.
I feel exactly the same. I got Bryson 50. And what'd you say you had?
I bet the 50 and I bet a 55 on Bryson.
Okay. I got a 50 and then I got a Hovland 20 on DraftKings and then I have a Hovland 25 on I got 25 on the Masters. No, my PGA.
Vic is currently 14-1. Would you bet that number?
No, because I don't think it gets worse, but much worse.
Okay.
I thought I had more Vic PGAs, but a lot of it is the Masters. 20. I got it in so many different places, though. I mean, if Vic or Bryson wins this thing,
Yeah,
it'll be good.
Throw a couple names at you. I mean, Rory won this last time, 2014. Last major he's won.
He could. I mean, yeah, but that didn't work out well for him at Kiawah and some of these other ones.
Yeah. Just saying. Oh, Liverpool last year.
Yeah.
He won the time prior. But I do like his chances at this PGA as well. Cantlay. Bent grass greens. There's one in that. Nicholas Guy Memorial.
What is he?
I saw 22. It's the best number I saw.
I like Cantlay. 25 would be real nice.
Yeah, I could picture that.
I mean, he's the type of guy who could see the end of his career. Like, I think PGA is definitely going to be his best.
Yeah, I like that it's a bent grass, greens,
Kentucky, whatever.
Yeah, you see him get real hot with the putter on bent grass. Besides at Augusta, he just sucks at Augusta.
Yeah.
But I mean, he can gain 10 strokes putting on bent grass. I don't hate that one. All right.
Neiman?
I mean, Justin Thomas is from Kentucky, 35-1.
Yeah, that's a great number.
Is he gonna just fucking win
Every
3 PGAs? Yeah.
In 5 years, 6 years.
Just win no more. He doesn't win any other majors. He only just wins. He's gonna tally up a bunch of PGAs.
I mean, it's possible. What's Neiman? He likes the bent grass, middle of the country.
Is he definitely going to be in it? He's listed as at 80 on DraftKings.
I don't know if he's going to be in it.
I was thinking Homa, 45. Isn't he going to do something after the Ryder Cup? Don't we see guys do this?
Yeah, I think he could. 45 is a good number.
Yeah. 35 on DraftKings. I did bet a Ricky Fowler 80-1. Had no idea I bet it till this morning.
He was top 5 there last time.
Second.
Top 3. Second, yeah.
Or no, T3.
He was playing with Phil, wasn't he?
Yeah, but Rory was playing with Stenson. That was when they were coming in the dark.
Yep.
Yeah, that was actually a good.
I watched that one all the time for some reason.
Yeah. That's all I really had on the PGA.
Yeah, I think it could be a good course for Neiman if he plays.
Man, JT 35. Fuck. I'm gonna bet JT at every major this year.
All right, U.S. Open, get Pinehurst number 2. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. I did some deep dive into it this morning. It's gonna be firm and fast, hopefully. Baked out fairways, 7,500 yards. There is 0 rough on the course now.
Mm-hmm.
No rough. Fairways are very wide, but a lot of like waste areas. So like when you're in trouble, it's kind of like a lot of those like Australian courses, or remember like a Congaree.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. So, and you're gonna see a lot of like Texas wedges, I think, around the green. All the runoffs. Another reason why Victor Hovland. Don Ross design. I think it's different than most Don Ross courses, though. It feels like.
And they did change from bent grass to Bermuda grass fairways. That's one change.
Okay.
I think half of your approach shots come from 175 plus. Looking at the leaderboard, and when Keimer ran away with it, he was -9, but the rest of the leaderboard just looks like your typical U.S. Open. I think the second place was -1.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You had Ricky finished T2. Stenson, DJ, Brooks, Day, Keegan were all T4. Looking at the comps, so just looking at South Carolina courses, Congaree, Kiowa. I think Aussies are going to do well too.
Yeah.
Feels like a Sandbelt course.
That
But
makes
like
sense.
in Brooks finished T4. This was like before Brooks even came onto the scene. It was 2014. He didn't start winning majors till 16. So,
Yeah.
or no, 18.
and
Sorry,
17. Yeah,
18,
yeah.
18, 17.
Yeah, 17.
So, I don't know. I can obviously Brooks every year at U.S. Opens as well as
He'll
the
be
big
there.
hitters. Yeah, definitely be there. Bets I've made to date, I bet Bryson at 50, DJ at 50. Again, pretend I didn't bet it, but it's there. And I bet one guy 100 to 1. I think I told you about him. Guy who hits it pretty far, does well on Bermuda grass. I just thought he was out of place at 100 to 1 when I saw him.
Who was that again? Oh, Burns.
Burns.
Yeah. I mean,
I know what you're gonna say. But like he was just out of place. Like
I agree with that.
He has the same chance to win, I think, as Cam Young, in my opinion.
Yeah, both have 0.
I just thought 100. Let me show you the guys he was around.
No, I like the bet, but I just can't see him win the U.S. Open. But I still like the bet.
Yeah. So, who have you bet?
I bet only Bryson at 50.
Okay.
But
any interest in anybody else?
Yeah, one guy.
Who you got?
He's going to cost a lot of money. Rory. I think Rory wins this one.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. I just think he's going to.
He's been fucking great at U.S. Opens lately, right?
Yeah, I mean, I almost think the 10 is pretty. I think he might have a dominant season this year.
Just staying away from all the live stuff, just focusing on golf.
Yeah, weaker fields now. I just think he might. He's in the good age, 33, 34. I think he's just going to put his head down and play some great golf. I think he's going to have a really, really good year. Let's see what he's done at the U.S. Open recently. Last 5, T9, T8, T7, T5, second.
Yeah.
So better every year.
He's been really good at U.S. Opens.
And last year he was real close. I like this area of the country for him. I like Don Ross for him. I like Bermuda. He's won some Bermuda fairway stuff. Like he's in Wells Fargo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just think he wins it. I think 10 is almost a good number too.
So what's your strategy for that? If that's what you think.
Rory Bryson, then find another guy.
No, but like when you haven't bet it, when do you plan to?
I don't know. I'm worried about losing the 10. But if it's 8, I mean, it's either going to be a $4,000 bet or a $5,000 bet. So.
Shit.
So it is. I think. I don't know.
I think it sets up well for Vic too, man.
It does. I like Rory the same place I like Vic.
Yeah.
But what scenario does Rory get to 12?
I mean, we have a 13. Really want to.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Vic 18.
Yeah, Roy's 13 on that Better Golf Odds site. I mean,
yeah. I don't know.
That's a great number.
It is.
Pinehurst Classical. I just love it for him.
What do you do here in 20?
He finished 23rd, 6 over.
So not great. And he's coming off 3 wins and 3 majors and whatever.
Was he? No, the PGA. No, he won the PGA, and after that, he won the PGA and
Oh yeah,
Open.
forgot it used to be before.
Yep. Anybody else you like?
I like Vic. I like Bryson. I just think these are the guys I like for these majors. I like Brooks.
Yeah, I can see Brooks winning this one. I think this is his best chance this year.
He's going to be a big dog, you know. I
Gonna
bet a
be a
golf
big
site
dog.
also. Has,
Neiman's 100. What do you think Neiman does this year?
I think he's a good year, but I just don't know what he's playing.
Yeah,
I think he's a little bit
He started
frustrated.
to win at the end.
Didn't he's a little bit frustrated with? If there's one guy that regrets going, it might be him.
Does he regret going, or does he regret that he sucks ass?
I think he's having a hard time with the schedule, everything. I think he's just not. It hasn't been good for him. People who get this can say, for some guys it's been good, for some guys it's been bad.
Yeah.
For him, I don't think it's been good.
Yeah, I don't know if he's in. I can't bet. No, he's definitely not in. Right?
No, he isn't. He's not in the top 50 in the world rankings, is he?
No, not a chance in hell.
Tommy Fleetwood, Masters 66.
You like that?
Kind of. Reed 85.
Cam Smith is 29 here for the U.S. Open. No?
I don't think he's ever going to win a U.S. Open.
He almost won it last year.
But remember, I had an argument with a guy 4 years ago that I said he wouldn't, so I can't. Angel Cabrera, 200. I'd love to see Angel get it done.
Angel Cabrera. The Masters? They allowing him?
I think. Yeah, I think they announced that they, whatever. Dude, Angel's 200 and Billy and Louie are 250.
Wow.
Bubba 250. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, this is why I bet Burns 100 here at the U.S. Open. He's next to Tiger Woods, Adam Scott, Corey Connors, Minwoo Lee. Damn, Hideki's 80 here. Holy shit.
Sergio 350.
U.S. Open?
No, Masters.
350?
Yes.
I mean,
I'm
you gotta sprinkle that, right?
Yeah.
350. Holy shit.
Louis 220? Isn't he playing great?
I don't know if Louis in it.
Oh,
He never won the thing.
That's true. Sergio, at least you know is going to be there. 3 something, you got to take it. All right, let's move on. I think we're running out of time.
Okay. The Open. It's at Troon. Last time it was played, it was probably one of the best Opens ever. Remember the duel between Henrik and Phil?
Yep.
That was one of the best duels I've ever seen. It was great, back and forth. And then Stenson just kind of iced them with a couple long putts. They were minus what was it? Minus 20 and minus 17. Next closest was minus 6. I did find out that before Stenson, 6 consecutive Opens at Troon were won by Americans.
Wow.
I thought that was pretty interesting. So Americans have done pretty well. And looking at the leaderboard, after Stenson in 2016, it was Phil, JB Holmes, Steve Stricker. Next 3 guys.
Okay.
So, yeah, I guess it's very similar to kind of like Liverpool, penal bunkers. You need like club down type guys.
Yep.
Avoid the penal areas. And in 2016, there was a pretty big wave split. So I'm not big on betting the Open way ahead of time just because of that factor. And I haven't made one bet on the Open yet, so I don't know what you got.
I bet Vic at 20.
Yeah, I really like another major. I like Vic's chances here. So,
And I don't mind Bryson here either. 66.
Tough one.
I just think 66 is too big at any event, any course, any major. It doesn't matter.
Did he win a live event overseas last year?
I don't think so.
I know he won Greenbrier.
But I mean, he's been good in the Open. He's good at St. Andrews.
Yeah, St. Andrews is just different, though. I don't know if you can bomb it like you.
Yeah, but you said Americans have sort of thrived here, right?
Yeah, I guess JB Holmes. But I don't know.
JB Holmes is the 2014 Bryson.
Oh, man.
West
I haven't
Coast
bet anything.
guy.
I was looking at some longer numbers. Your boy Sergio, 200.
I just bet that Sergio 350. That's fucking great.
Neiman, 100.
Yeah.
Louis, 150.
That's a great number for Louis. What did Louis do here?
Oh, man. I don't see him in the top 30, so. Yeah, I don't know. What else? Oh, Reed, 125.
Reed 125. I got to up my
Right.
limit on.
He finished 12th here. And I think one of the amateur. No, that was the U.S. Open. Sorry, I like Reed at the U.S. Open too. Not to win, but
I would love to see him in the mix at a major.
Reed 125. U.S. Open and the Open.
Interesting.
So,
all right. Anything
I don't
else?
know. The Open, I'm not going to bet until
because the numbers always get better. We've noticed that too.
Yeah, that's the one I don't get. So, no, that's it. I mean, next week we'll be back, right, for the Century.
Is that next week?
Yeah, the 4th.
I wonder if we get odds on Sunday.
I don't know. Oh, we did bet. Oh, Waste Management. Those odds
yeah.
are still up on DraftKings. We bet JT, right?
Yeah.
And we've contemplated Finau. We just don't know.
Yeah. I mean, Finau, if he plays, 40 is a good number.
Yeah, because Rahm is still listed on some of these sites. So, and it's not a signature event, so we don't know if all the top guys are going to be there.
I thought the Cantlay 18 was really nice.
Okay, there's some good numbers. Wow, JT's down to 20 now.
I pounded the 35.
Home at 20 is pretty good too. I don't know if he plays. Spieth 30. He's been good there lately.
Yeah.
Just don't know if he's going to play it.
Right. I mean,
I'm really looking forward to Pebble signature. That's fucking
it's
great.
awesome. I'm so
That's
excited.
the one good thing about the schedule.
That's the lone bright spot. I'm so pumped for a fucking elevated Pebble. I wish DJ was playing.
I know. So now that's it. Looking forward to get back into it. I guess I'm gonna have to bet that Sergio 350, huh?
Why the hell not? I just did $50 to win 18,000.
That's nice.
Yeah, why not?
Although you always tell me he sold his soul to the devil.
He did. He sold his soul to win that Masters. He had to have.
So,
all right, let's have a great year. Get winning track. Kick it off next week, and let's get going.
All right. Happy holidays.
Fuck that. Merry Christmas.